All right, everyone. So here's the last problem we can practice now. I didn't get a chance to cover it in class. All right, it wants us to find what's the GDP deflator for 2020 and 2021, and along with the inflation rate, find the inflation rate for 2021. Okay. All right, so the first thing we'll do, we'll find the nominal GDP in 2020. This is just, first we'll do the popcorn. It was sold for $5 a piece, and the quantity was 200 that was sold. And then we also got to look at our soda here because it's a two good economy here, popcorn and soda. All right. And the popcorn was sold for $4 a piece, and the quantity sold was 250. So this would be $1,000 worth of popcorn sold, plus $1,000 worth of soda. So the nominal GDP for that year is 2,000. What about the nominal GDP 2021? Well, popcorn went up to $6. Remember, nominal GDP, you use the prices of that year. You know, if the price changes, you still keep using that same price. There's not any correction for inflation. It's just total dollar amount for that year. Right? So $6 times 300. All right, now we need to look at our soda. Soda went up to $5. The quantity sold was 400 that year. Okay, so this is going to give us $1,300. No, it should be, sorry, 1,800. Yeah, 1,800. $1,800 worth of popcorn sold in 2021. What about soda? Well, that's $2,000 for a total of $3,800. So the NGDP in 2021 is $3,800. All right, the real GDP 2020. Well, it's going to be the same. All right, we're going to use 2020 as our base year, so the prices, everything's the same that year. Okay, so that's 2,000. What about the real GDP in 2021? Well, now we got to use our 2020 base year prices, even though the price levels change. We're trying to correct for inflation. We're wanting to see, like, to use this to ultimately determine, like, what's the real change in the amount of goods and services produced over a year. That can kind of give you, a good indication if the economy is growing or healthy or whatever, if it's in a recession, if it's not doing well. So we'll use $5 instead of $6. I started to write 6 anyway. So we'll use $5 times, and we'll use the quantity sold in 2021, 300, plus the price of soda in 2020, $4, times the quantity sold in 2021, 400. Okay, so this will be 1,500 plus 1,600 for a grand total of $3,100. All right. As you can see, there's a difference in the real GDP 2021 and nominal GDP. 3,800 for nominal, 3,100 for real GDP. All right, so now we have what we need to calculate the GDP deflator. Let me rewrite this somewhere so we can have it. In GDP 2020, 2,000. Real GDP 2020, 2,000. Nominal GDP 2021, 3,800. Real GDP 2021, 3,100. All right, so let's calculate the GDP deflator for both years. Well, so this is the nominal GDP divided by the real GDP times 100. And that's the thing, the GDP deflator for the base year is always 100. All right, so 2020 is 100. Why is that? Well, it's because the nominal GDP and the real GDP are equal to each other. So it's just going to be 1 times 100. Always 100 for the base year. What about 2021 though? Well, so we need to use our NGDP, 3,800 Real GDP, 3,100. Multiply that by 100. And so when you do that, what you'll get is 122.58. Okay. So let's go ahead and write those down. GDP deflator, 2020, 100. GDP deflator, 2021 equals 122.58. So now we're going to calculate inflation. And the way we calculate inflation, the inflation rate, we're doing it for 2021, is you put the current year GDP deflator, current, minus the previous deflator, previous year, divided by the deflator previous year. Okay. So what will this be? Well, the current deflator is 122.58 minus previous year 100. And this is all over the previous year. So this is going to give you 122.58 minus 100, 22.58 divided by 100 equals 0.226. Okay. Or you can write this in percentage terms, just multiply it by 100. And your inflation rate is 22.6%. If you multiply that by 100, this is what you get. Okay. All right. So that's it for this problem. Like I said, you can, this is twofold way you can use a deflator. You're using it so you can get an accurate estimate of the actual change in actual goods and services. And that's what the real GDP does. Okay. And then from that, you can also calculate the inflation rate as well. Okay. All right, that's it for this question.